in a fade for $289 a month, or get 1.99% APR for 72 months. Only during the Hyundai Getaway sales event.
This is Fox 59 Sports Overtime.
Hello and welcome to Sports Overtime here on Fox 59. I'm Chris Hagan. Now, the first day of December means colder temperatures and NFL games with playoff implications. Such was the case today as the Colts paid a visit to Foxborough, Massachusetts. No more Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. We have Drake May and Anthony Richardson. Perhaps they will blossom into the stars from yesteryear. How about this? Patriots jump out for a 3-zip lead, but the Horseshoes respond right away. Richardson to Jonathan Taylor. He tiptoes to final from Foxborough, Mass. And our Dan Griffiths was there.
A thrilling win or a nervy couple of moments for the Colts? It's a bit of both.
I was watching, I told him I don't like thrillers. I don't watch scary movies. So I like the rom-coms with the happy endings.
There's times where I wanted to look away, but I got nervous. But you know what I mean. It was cool to watch the offense really come together and rally. For the second time in 3 games since returning to the role of starting quarterback, Anthony Richardson led the Colts on a game-winning fourth-quarter drive.
Play confident, play free and just play fast. Trust my teammates, trust the coaches, trust the process. Just keep all the guys rallied up and just make it work, despite any of the, down and distances. Just try to make it work, keep the guys rallied and just fight.
We're going to get behind them and hopefully go on this run. We got to keep on winning to give ourselves the best chance. And that's the goal each week. We want to know from here on out.
Ultimate trust. I think he's proved these last few weeks. He's going to make that tough yard. He's going to get in the end zone.
For all the positives of how this game ended, it would be foolish to overlook the negatives as well, specifically on the defensive side of the ball, as the Colts allowed the Patriots in the first half alone to equal their season averages for the full game in terms of points and yards gained.
We got some stops when we needed to. A big red zone turnover when we needed it. But at the end of the day, I think we got a different standard than what we put out there today. Thankfully we played good enough to get a win today. But when we get back, we know we got some work to do. Well, I'm not a gambling man, bro. I ain't got a stomach for this.
Ultimately, though, the effort was enough to keep the Colts in the playoff hunt for the home stretch of the season. With the Colts in Foxborough, I'm Dave Griffiths.
The entire season may have come down. I've included 2 other fourth-down conversions. Richardson and Mo Alley had largely sputtered after halftime before that late surge. A solid early drive was capped with a Johnny in a win.
Yeah, Dave, just win, baby. And winning is something J&B does every weekday, 3 to 6 on 93.5, 107.5 The Fan. John, didn't look very pretty, but at the end of the day, the Colts will take it.
2 out of the last 3, right? At least that. You talk about the Jets, and you talk about that game that we saw. Maybe not 2 out of the last 3, but somewhere in that neighborhood anyway. It's bad-looking games, but you come out as a winner. And, Chris, the best part about this is you hang in there. In the playoff picture, legitimately hang in there. We know coming back on the 15th of December against Denver, in Denver, that is probably, he stepped up big down the stretch, got your call, and there you go, win in Foxborough.
Right away, before we know if they're going to make it or not, I think the decision was right by Steichen. You got to go for 2 right there. You don't know what's going to happen if you put your defense back out there, and we saw there was still a chance for the Patriots to kick a record-breaking field goal to win it, so I think that was the right move, win, lose, or draw.
Yeah, obviously you couldn't trust that defense, could you? And I think you saw that. Listen, Steichen's going to gamble anyway, oftentimes, so that and luckily the outcome for the Colts was one of good fortune that was necessary. And, 5 again, late game situation where he stepped up big, and good for him and good for the Colts.
Second game-winning drive in the last 3 weeks. 2 of those wins, of course, against the Jets. And at New England, 2 road wins, which are huge. And now they get to hit the bye. It's the latest bye in the NFL. And, you look back, you see what happens in those AFC games, and who knows where you end up when you come back to work.
Chris, it's funny about that. You look at the start of the season and you're thinking, wow, this bye is at a spot where you really don't like it. But now you come off a win and you're in a position to at least challenge her down the stretch. You're going to get right when everybody else is kind of limping to the finish line right here. You're talking about Josh Downs, Ryan Kelly, and Bortolini. One of the 2 at center will be back. And by the way, I'll give props to the offensive line for doing a heck of a job today, too, with a lot of guys and new places out there today. But no, you're going to get guys back that are healthy just in time for a stretch run when others may be running on fumes. So it's worked out to their advantage as of today with that win.
You like to be among the league leaders in something, but what's not really good, I don't think, is entering this weekend. The Colts had 3 of the top 4 tackles leader. That means you're on the field a lot and you can't get them off the field on third down. So props to those guys for making plays, but the defense just stays out there way too long.
It was problematic. They just can't keep possession of the football, and then obviously they couldn't do much. I thought the tackling was really bad today, Chris. I mean, honestly, across the board, you look at them defensively, effort-wise, tackles all season long, and certainly that didn't help the cause. They were able to overcome that today.
Well, John, here's the news. Colts 6-7. My fantasy team is 6-7. I think I'm out of the playoff hunt, but we hit this bye, like you said. Still reason to cheer for the Colts. Still meaningful games down the stretch. And we'll see how it plays out. Everything right there on the line for the shoot.
You got it. I mean, that's all you can really ask. Well, I mean, honestly, you could ask for more. I'd like to ask for more right now, but if there was going to be a spot for them to be in, you might as well be in this one, too. And, you know, a lot going on, Chris. I know you got to get back to it, so do it.
All right, John, we'll hear you tomorrow starting at 3 o'clock. In the meantime, let's hit a break. Back with more after this.